Alright, welcome to another episode of Pods and Pies. Today is falsely brought to you by...
The Pie Pizzeria. Pie Pizzeria.
Still waiting
for the sponsorship. We have a couple others on the hook.
Yep.
Because this podcast is so big.
So big.
It will sell so many additional pies from their current volume. Anyway.
So, I originally said...
Gosh, what is that?
I asked Cassidy what kind of pizza, and her first was pepperoni and olives. And I threw up a little bit.
What? You
And then it was barbecue chicken, and I was like, oh, I love barbecue chicken, so I got barbecue chicken.
Good choice.
Okay, hope that's all right.
Is it because of the olives?
Well, have you been to the, you've gone to the pie before?
I have.
Do you know how they do their pepperoni?
They like layer it awkwardly. Like
Under-
all slips off of your...
That's what we were saying. That's why.
Yeah.
So, just in fairness, I love pepperoni
Yeah.
pizza,
Love it.
but I do not like the pie pepperoni pizza. They think they're doing something creative. It's not good.
It's not, no.
Maybe
Take
this
one bite,
is-
everything's gone.
This is why we don't have a sponsor.
This is probably why.
Well, this is
just kidding.
constructive criticism. I
It is
mean,
constructive
yeah. I mean, we're just telling them right now. Like, hey,
We're trying
I love all the pizzas pretty much that they make, and it doesn't taste bad. It's just it's like a poor design.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a poor design. Anyway.
Yeah.
Figured it
So
out.
we have barbecue chicken.
Oh, let's see. All this one's happening too.
It's barbecue chicken, but there's like it looks like cilantro with a little bit of chicken. It looks like that's got. I think that's cilantro.
Yeah.
Hopefully you like cilantro.
You're right, I love
Because that is
cilantro.
okay. Because that is
Okay.
a ton.
I feel like I gotta hurry and like shove in all the bites while you keep doing your intro so that I can
I'll
actually
take it.
not be eating.
Yeah, you want to take a bite? I want to take
Unfortunately,
a bite right
we're
now.
not like any other pod, like, we don't have sponsors, so we can't do that.
No, we're not doing like, yeah.
This is brought to you by,
And then like 15 minutes, they pre-recorded it anyway, but we
Yeah.
did that live every time, like 6 minutes of fake sponsors.
yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Let's just do 6 minutes.
Bluffdale
of
City,
sponsors
brought to you by Bluffdale City.
that we want.
Yeah,
There you go.
Trigger Grills.
yeah, Traeger. Give us a free
Nike.
Traeger.
Yeah.
I'll smoke pizza. I'll smoke pizza every podcast on a Traeger grill for the show.
We let's do this.
We
Let's
could.
make it happen.
We could.
We gotta know somebody that knows
We're
somebody.
trying
Dude, we're trying to get, we might
Actually,
get,
we're trying to get him on.
yeah. We'll hit him up when he gets on.
That
Once he
would be
listens to this, he'll be
brilliant.
like, oh yeah, cool, I got
It's
it.
a perfect spot for it. I mean, you got all the space to do it in a good way.
They actually, you know, they have, I don't think there are requirements for their like influencers and Instagram or social people like is too high because they'll give away Traegers to people
Yeah.
that do awesome podcasts like ours.
Well,
When
we
you get
got,
them, I want to come back.
okay.
I
we
want
got some-
a flame baked pizza on a Traeger.
okay.
Oh, I've done it. I have one and I've done it in my house.
Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah.
Well, we got Cassidy Gonzalez on today. Thank you for being here.
My mouth is full.
Perfect,
See?
perfect timing. That's fine. That's the thing about this.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah. I wish it was full every time. So newly appointed director of HR at Pura.
Yes.
Is that how you say it? Every time I want to say like I want to roll R.
Pura.
Like,
Oh,
Pura.
I can't roll my R's, so
So
I'm
there's two
glad
R's.
it's not.
There's
Just
two
one.
R's. Oh, just one. Oh.
Yep. I think you
But
should roll.
Pura,
It makes me, I don't know, I just want to roll R.
Pura, I guess, means pure in Portuguese, and our CEO is Brazilian. So
okay.
that's where they kind of
Well,
got the name.
last year I went to Costa Rica.
I love
and
Costa Rica. Pura
Everybody
vida is, like,
says
the coolest thing.
pura vida.
Uh-huh.
So it's pure life or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's all day long. It's just like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would like to roll the R, but
Yeah.
Costa Rica's great though, isn't it?
I love Costa Rica.
Love it. I want to go back.
I think I'm going back in December.
Are you?
Because you know, it's where they just open it. They open it up like every few weeks to different states in the United States.
Really?
And yeah, it's weird. And they put California, New York, were some of these first states. Very bizarre. Probably because they get most of the tourists from those states.
Yeah.
Utah was just put on the list, so now we can go back.
Sweet.
I know.
Let's all go to Costa Rica.
I'm pumped.
Costa Vida.
Pura vida.
Okay.
Yeah, we do. My first question. If you were armed with a baseball bat,
Okay.
okay, how many 10-year-olds would it take to overcome?
Oh my goodness.
Open field.
Like
just
like your basic 10-year-old.
random
not to be
elementary
like
class or
crazy.
what?
Yep, basic 10-year-old. How many is it going to take to
Ooh.
take you down?
Oh, this is really morbid to think about. Okay.
What, dude? You're just swinging away at 10-year-old
Yeah,
kids?
that's-
Dude, it's just, they're
right?
coming at you. They're,
Like,
they're out for blood. You got to protect yourself.
Maybe we pretend that they have a little, like, zombie...
They're zombies. They're
Virus.
10-year-old zombies. I like that
Sure.
better. I can answer this a little more. I think I could take on, if they're just like regular size, probably at least 5, maybe 10. Just like
10?
knock them out real quick on the
10?
tag.
Right.
If you get like some big massive one that like is really tricky and comes out and picks up ankles or something, I'm done for. But
Yeah, the problem is they swarm too. They're probably, because they don't like come in one at a time. They're gonna just swarm, and you gotta swing. You gotta be like 360 swinging.
right. But at least they're all like a little bit, lower.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
be a little bigger.
Get there, okay. All right.
My question: we're starting off with some weird ones.
Well, to get you loose, right? Get you ready for the end of the show.
Hey, how many kids can you kill? That's really the question.
That's really the question. How many 10-year-olds could you kill?
0. I'm not for 10-year-olds.
Where did you grow up?
Pleasant Grove.
What? Really?
Yeah, PG.
PG High.
Mm-hmm.
08.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I live in
Did you know
Pleasant
that?
Grove.
Did you? Do you right now?
Right now.
Where at?
I grew up in Orem.
Okay.
Then I went to Pleasant Grove, Cedar Hills, now to PG.
Nice.
I just live like north. Just
We-
up
we're
by
like-
the silos by that pond.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Are you still in Pleasant Grove?
No, I'm in Saratoga Springs now.
Where?
Saratoga Springs.
Okay.
I grew up like right at the base of the mountain, right on the benches. Like
Oh.
we're so close you can't even see the G up on the mountain. Just
Love it.
go down the hill.
Yeah.
You can see it. I love it up there.
That's cool.
It's awesome.
Pleasant Grove. College after?
Yes, Utah State. Go Aggies.
Go Aggies.
Go Aggies.
What took you up there?
So I actually was on scholarship. I got my associate's degree in high school. So I graduated with my associate's degree.
Oh, dang.
And then the scholarship I was on would only pay at a public school. So that counts without like BYU, and it would only pay in the state of Utah. And I already had a 2-year degree, so it really only left 4-year degree schools in Utah open, which was like SUU, Utah State, Weaver. Like it was just like a really small selection.
Yeah.
And I picked the one that was most distance from my parents' house in Pleasant Grove.
There we go.
But not too far that I couldn't come back when I needed it. So
Right.
2 hours
When you
in
need,
a
like,
perfect
paper towels
distance.
and toilet paper
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
go in the pantry, right?
Yeah.
So Utah State it was. My sister also was up there, so a little family influence, but I loved it.
Okay.
It was awesome.
What did you get your degree in?
Human resource management.
You did. So
Yeah.
you knew.
No, I didn't
You didn't?
know. I had no idea. So I had to
So
get
why,
this.
yeah, so why did you choose? Yeah, tell me why you chose that.
So I enrolled at Utah State, and I get this enrollment letter or whatever, like, congrats, you're in. And then I got a phone call, and they're like, hey, congrats on enrolling in the business school. I'm like, I never applied to the business school. But apparently I did somewhere in the process without knowing it. I got in, and about 2 weeks before classes started, I panicked. I was like, I don't want this. This is not me. Dropped all of my classes except for Intro to Business. Signed up for Intro to Dance, Intro to Social Work, Intro to like all these random things. Went to the first semester, loved all my classes, but like wasn't super passionate about any of them. Hated my business class. Went to my advisor, who was in the business school because I was in the business school, and she's like, you might have hated it, but you actually did really well in it, and it's the class that kind of weeds out all the people that can't do business really well, which I don't know who that'd weed out, but anyways. So she's like, I think that you're actually in the right grocery store, you're just on the wrong aisle. She's like, you were going after all these like really social aspects. There's a social side of business, and she's like, I think that you would do really great actually in the HR major. And I was looking at like the outlines of all the classes I'd take, and it was actually the shortest one to graduate. I'm like, great, let's do it. I'm like, I'll get out of here. Like, that sounds great for me. So I really just fell into it, and that's how I got my degree there. And it's not even a degree anymore. They've like gone back and forth, removing it from the school, putting it back in, like.
Oh, really?
So sometimes
So
you can go there, and
Utah,
sometimes
so
you
Utah
can't.
State, it's not a degree anymore at Utah State.
Correct.
But it's other
still
schools
a
it
degree,
is.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, it's funny that it's like it's a field that kind of gets added and pulled as an actual degree. So.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody we've had on is like gotten
Like-
a degree, like accidentally fallen into the degree.
You know what's
Yeah.
interesting is I realized we actually had multiple people in sales at the company,
Yeah,
then gone into HR.
hang on, HR. Yeah.
Most people in the HR field
Even then, so it's just kind of
fall into the
yeah.
HR field.
Yeah. I'm not sure we've had anybody that hasn't not fallen into it.
Even like call center or sales or something like that.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they're VP of HR, killing it, doing awesome stuff.
Sure.
Just-
So what's the degree actually called? Just
Management and Human Resources.
management?
Yeah, my bachelor's of science in management and human resources.
Did you graduate early?
I did. I mean, yeah, because I already had 2 years going in, so
Yeah.
I did the next 2 years. So I
So
graduated
you're done
at
with
20.
school, your associates in high school.
In
So
high
did you
school.
graduate college at like 20?
Yeah, I was 20 at the college graduation.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, then I got my first job and I like got stock options. So I'm like barely 21, so I did an internship first and I got fired full time. So I was barely 21. I didn't even know what stock options were. Like,
Yeah, it's like, sure.
I was clueless.
I'll
I'm
take
like,
it.
I'd go back up to school on the weekends because all my friends were
Didn't you
still
take
out there.
Business 101?
Right? You
I mean,
gotta
come
pay
on.
attention to my classes.
And you must have done well.
But I was playing the freshman year, you know, you don't pay
Yeah.
attention in college at all. So I'm going back to the parties every weekend. I'm like, I have like this adult job with stock options that I don't even know what that means.
Right.
Like, it was really, really trippy.
Yeah, I bet.
So, but I mean, it's played out well. I mean, I've 10 years later and
Yeah.
have had a good career. So,
So what was your first job?
Fusion IO. Do you remember
Fusion
that?
IO.
Yeah, Fusion.
Dennis Wood.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
actually crossed paths with Dennis just briefly. He
Oh,
on his
okay.
way out, I was on my way in.
Yeah.
But you know Rob Lifford?
Rob Lifford.
Yep. He was my first boss. He
Oh my
hired me
gosh.
right out of college.
Yeah, I love Rob.
He's great.
Yeah. Ever kind of when he's bounced around a little bit, he always calls us and sees it, checks our company out to see if we
Yeah.
can help him out. But
Yeah.
yeah, Dennis and then Rob,
Yeah.
those guys.
Yep. So that's where I started, and I was with them for
Was that
about
one
3.5 years.
An internship and then into...
Yeah. So I started as an intern, and then about 6 months later, I was like, "You guys, you gonna hire me?" So like, I would tell Rob, I'm like, "Rob, like, I gotta do something in my life. You can hire me now." He's like, "Oh, great, get an offer right now." I don't have an offer like that day. Like, he was like, "Sorry, I could have got to you sooner." We're kind of just so busy, but.
So how long were you at Fusion?
It was like 3.5 years, so I actually I used to recruit for them. I did a lot of things during my time there, but when I was doing the recruiting, I was actually flying out to all the college campuses. I was out in Boston or out in Stanford, and when I was out on Stanford campus, funny story, I actually met this kid and came back and Rob's joking, he's like, "Did you meet anyone?" I was like, "Actually, yeah, I met this really cool dude." He's like, "Great, we can move you out to California tomorrow so you can date him." But that planted the idea in my head. So the next day I was with my roommate, I was like, "Why don't I move to California? Like, my boss told me I could go. Why didn't I really go?" So never saw the kid again. I didn't go for him, but it was cool that it planted the idea. So I actually went back to the office, like, "Hey, can I go to the California office?" And they said, "Sure."
Done.
So that summer I packed all my bags and drove out to San Francisco and
No way.
lived out there for a couple of years. It was so fun.
So what was the culture like between Cottonwood Heights Business Park versus Silicon,
yeah.
San Diego or San Francisco?
It was interesting because there's a lot of similarities within the company. Like, our cultures were actually so aligned that it wasn't a huge culture shock within the company to move to the new office. But totally different out there. I mean, just the people, the work-life style, like, everything's just very different. Like, even planning company parties, we're like, okay, the Utah company's gonna go out and have this big family day, and we're gonna do all this, and California's like, yeah, we'll do a happy hour
Yeah,
at like
let's do
7
a happy
p.m.
hour.
because you guys aren't into doing one big park day with the two people that have kids.
Nobody wants their kids there.
Yeah, exactly. So totally different, but it was fun. I really actually loved it out there. I thought I'd go for a year. I was like, I should try something new. I'm gonna stick it out. A year came and went, and I was like, I'm staying and put. Like, I'm here to hang out forever.
Yeah.
So we actually got bought. Sandisk came in and purchased Fusion IO. So during that process, I was part of the acquisition. I mean, part of the transition plan. So like, stay on for 4 months, help us transition, and then drop over. Yeah. 2 months into that, they're like, "Oh wait, we actually think you're great. We want you to stay." And I was like, "No, I'm taking your money and I'm leaving."
It's like a severance package.
Yeah.
Here's your money.
And a bonus for staying. I was like,
Oh.
"I will stay to the end of that. I'm taking all your money. Like, I'm down." Yeah. So I actually bought a one-way flight to Spain, and my last day at Sandisk, I was on a plane out to Spain, just like,
Really?
go travel the world. I took my big old cash severance package. I'm like, I'm just gonna go do some. It was like a quarter life crisis, I guess, a little earlier than that. But I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. So
We're at 21 now, so.
I'm like, what am I gonna do with my life? So yeah, I jumped out of there. And then when I was in Spain, about 3 days into my trip, I was visiting friends that were out there. And I got an email from Google, and they're like, "Hey, we're interested in you joining this contract role." I was like, "Sweet, great." So I quickly bought a flight back, and I actually interviewed over the phone at Google. They never do phone interviews, but since it was a contract role, they got to skip around their entire crazy interview process.
Which means what was a contract role? Was that?
I came in for 6 months instead of a full-time employee.
Okay.
So they're just like, "Hey, come in and need some help."
Did you ever see the movie with Owen
Vince Vaughn
Wilson?
and Owen Wilson, yeah.
Did they do you're a nickel inside of a blanket? How do you get out?
No crazy questions. I got nothing. I was on one phone interview though. Like, that's all I got to get into this job. It was crazy. I'm like, you guys, everyone talks about how hard it is to get into Google. I get it in one phone interview. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
just that
know.
maybe you killed it. Maybe you're a superstar.
Maybe, I don't know.
It could be, really.
So yeah, got into Google, and I went there. So I finished my traveling. I emailed back like, hey, I'm actually in Europe. I'll be home real soon. Bought a flight home. Came back, and so that was like end of November, beginning of December. So I
Are you in
started
Utah
January
right now?
1. So I went back to California.
Where's that?
Still in California.
Okay.
Yep. Started at Google. Hated it. You guys, I hated it.
Why?
2 months in, and I was like, this place is not fun. Like, it's throw corporate culture, like what you know, out the window, and my brain just could not like wrap around what I was doing. I was like, this is not great.
Was it
I
really
also-
like-
Is there microcultures like all over the place in Google?
Yeah, a little
You
bit,
think?
totally. Yeah, I actually, the more I think through it, yes, I think so for sure.
Like,
Is it like
culture
Google,
where you're-
like, people like love it, right? They're
People
like,
love
oh,
it.
people love it's
Okay,
Google.
but the perks are amazing. Like, I literally go to the office and get my work done in like 20, 30 minutes because it's the easiest piece of cake job I've ever had. Like, I don't even know why I needed somebody to come in. Maybe, I'm probably dumb.
Again, you could be the
I was just
superstar
about
that
superstar.
gets 20 minutes. It's a 4-hour job. You do it in 25 minutes.
Maybe. Actually, it's estimated the process to take 6 months that I was working on their education reimbursement process, and I finished the project in like 3-4 weeks. So there probably was just a little bit of a overshot.
They come to you like, slow down.
So that's
we'll
what
pay you
happened.
for 6 months to slow down.
That's literally what happened. They came to me like, okay, well, like, what? You're done. Like, what do you want to do? We have you for 6 months. So I was like, I love onboarding. Like, I love that first employee experience and making sure that's super awesome. Like, great. We'll stick you on our Noogler team. So Noogler is their new Googler program.
Whoa, say that again?
Noogler. That's what it's called. The new
New-
Googler. They're Googlers.
It's a nuclear?
A Noogler. So they're a Noogler program. So I went. Yeah.
All right.
Confusing, right? So you know their little spinny hats? Oh, they really wear those little hats with those pinwheel things.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would go. I was the first face that you saw if you worked at Google. So they're hiring from all over the world, and they would fly them all into Mountain View, California, start day one, and they'd be in this huge line, which I fixed, by the way, because who wants to stand in line for an hour? But I was the first person they saw. I'm like, hey, welcome to your first day of Google. Like, that was me. Kind of a cool job.
That's pretty cool.
And then I loved it. So really, it was like, I didn't actually hate Google. I just hated what I was doing. I'm like, I'm bored. This is not fun. Like, I'm doing my work and go bowling. Like, yeah, the perks were sweet. But you
Yeah,
actually
bowling.
need fulfilling
You
work.
can just stay on
to
campus
do
and
that.
go bowling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd do your laundry at the same time. It was in the same area. And then go and get all the meals you could ever want. I forgot how to cook. You guys, I got married 4 years ago. Like I said, it's my anniversary today. And I started cooking. My husband's like, I'm a bad cook. Like, I forgot. I mean, I learned I used to be a good cook. I've now recovered. I'm back to my good cooking skills. But yeah, I never had to because at Fusion we had free food, SanDisk free food, Google. I mean, way more free food you ever imagine. So
What
I
was
just
the,
forgot
what do you,
about
if you had to narrow it down to like the best perk at Google,
that.
could you pin that down?
Yes, actually. So they
At least in your
had
opinion.
they had unlimited classes, like unlimited, like anyone could sign up to be a teacher. Like you could sign up like, hey, I want to teach other Googlers how to do a recording of a podcast thing, like whatever you want to do, right?
I felt that.
So I got to take classes. My favorite, I would go to Bollywood dance class every week, like every Wednesday. I was obsessed. I loved it. So
anybody
super
can
fun.
come to, and just like, hey,
Yeah.
I want to teach people how to dance.
Yeah.
And then people sign up.
Yeah, and they go, yeah. So I learned how to code. I took a coding class. I took a cooking class. I took,
I was just
all
gonna
the
ask you
dance
that, do they have a
class.
cooking class?
Yeah, they've got everything. Like seriously, if you can imagine that, I'm sure someone that get this. They had a class where they would teach you how to like, what's it called with knights? Jousting. They teach you how to joust.
Really?
Yes.
Like fencing,
They
yeah.
they get like pool noodles and like, it was wild. I never went to that
Sounds
class.
a little like
but-
LARPing. I don't know.
Yeah.
They get live action role play.
Yep, there
We
you go.
probably teach that.
That was probably part of the class.
Oh.
I'd love it. I'd take LARP.
It was definitely the LARPers teaching their class.
With pool, I just imagine fighting swords
Fighting
with pool
pool
noodles,
noodles. Yeah.
dressed up in like a, some type of knight's, armor.
Have you ever seen role models?
No, I have not. They LARP in that.
Yes. These guys they have to do community service and they help with these teenagers.
Oh, dude,
One of
hold
those
on. What's
big
the actor in it? Is it Ant-Man?
Yeah, Paul Rudd.
Yeah, Paul Rudd. Okay, I've
Whoever,
seen bits or parts of it.
But yeah, they have to hang out with these kids, and one of them is like big time into role play, and he just hates it.
Is it a funny movie? Should I go watch it?
Yes.
Yeah, Paul Rudd, dude, is hilarious.
Oh,
Any movie, I think any movie he's in is
Yeah.
pretty funny.
The other big perk, so the amphitheater out there that all the big concerts come to, It's like basically on Google campus. So you could park on Google campus because you're a Google employee. So we could walk like maybe 100 yards versus like miles to get into this, and it was like quick, easy access in and out for the concert. So I always had like VIP parking at
Free
any
tickets
concert.
to the concerts too?
Sometimes. I
Sometimes.
actually won free backstage passes to Dirks Bentley.
Okay,
So I met Dirks Bentley and John Party. It was awesome.
that's rad.
Yeah, super cool.
That's fun.
His wife, Dirks Bentley's wife, is named Cassidy. So it was actually a little trippy because he was talking to her, and I was like,
You
"What's
talking
my
to
name?"
he's like,
And
"What's my name?"
I was like, "Oh wait, that's his wife."
This VIP
Yeah,
pass is
yeah. Legit. Google's way legit things. So that was also like a perk that no one really knows about.
Yeah.
But super cool. It was awesome.
Big time concerts.
But I definitely became a huge fan of Google. They offered me to stay full time, become like an actual full time employee, and I decided to come back to Utah to go to grad school. So I walked away from Google, a full time offer, and I came back. And within like a month of coming back, I was like, what did I just do? I just walked away from Google. I came back to Utah where I have no friends anymore because all of my old social circles are all gone and married and doing their own things or moved away. And I just like fell apart and decided that school was probably not going to be what I wanted to do. But Rob Lifford called me back up, and Rob pulled me back to Alliance Health.
Alliance Health.
Yep. So I was there.
So you were at Alliance Health with Rob.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't around anymore, right?
Oh no,
That had
that's
some
long
issues.
gone. That has some major issues.
Some major
Who
issues.
else was at Alliance that was on here?
I forget.
Was that Connie?
Connie Washington?
Did she have a stint? She made
I don't remember. Somebody
Was
was,
she
but it
there?
was before my time at Alliance Health. It was
Yeah.
like way early.
You know what? No. I think you're right.
I made the copy.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, yeah, there's some issues there. So anyway, you were there until the issues?
Yes, I was there for the FBI raid. I was there for the acquisition type of transfer of ownership, whatever you want to call it. I was there for quite a while until I was like, you know what? I can see the writing on the wall here. I better get out. And so I left in March of 2019, and the company totally like dissolved by the end of that year. So
It was just 2019? then?
yeah, like just barely. Well, it was Upwell. It swapped from Alliance Health to Upwell Health.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, our company learned a lesson about bankruptcy law.
Yes.
As a vendor of Alliance
As a
Health.
vendor that had to go through the payment
Basically,
process.
it's like, okay, well, months ago, we invoiced Alliance Health, got paid from Alliance Health, but that doesn't mean that, even that money is not safe
Right.
in that corporate bankruptcy law. They literally told us we had to give that money back.
Isn't that wild?
We ended up like settling, and it was a good, I mean, we didn't like lose out much,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was interesting.
Totally.
I had no idea they could do that.
Try to be on the employee side
My God.
and making sure your employees like are retained through all of that commotion. Like it was gnarly. Yeah, I learned a lot of lessons that I hope I never have to utilize again. I realized like, okay, if we go through tough
Put your hands in the air, do not touch your computer. Would you stand away from the desk?
Right.
What the hell
Like,
is going
what's
on?
going on? Yeah, it was a wild, wild time. So then I went to Peak.
Okay.
And I was with Peak for just over a year. I just actually got let go from Peak in June because of COVID. So
And you were
What
director of
Peak
HR,
what?
right?
yeah,
Okay.
director there. So Peak Travel. Do you know Rizwana Bashir? She's the CEO there. They're San Francisco based, but have a really big population
cool.
here in Utah. That's where David Scott was before Canopy.
Yeah.
So yeah, David was my boss. He was awesome. It was great. Good people there. Really loved it. They had no HR before I came in, so I just
Okay.
really
You just-
set them up
Yeah.
for success, and off I go. So down in my next role. And Pura, you guys, the best kept secret in the valley. I'm telling you what, I just got the best job ever.
No, where's the office?
We're gonna talk here, but I wanna find out.
Okay, let's talk. Whatever you want to talk.
So at Peak, pandemic hit, so this time, were you on maternity before the pandemic hit?
So I had a baby in April, so I went on maternity leave like April 12th. So the pandemic had just hit. We all went from home around March and spent about a month working from home. Which, can you imagine, 9 months pregnant, like about to explode, trying to keep your employees from how to figure out how to work from home and how to manage teams remotely and how to make sure everyone has the right Wi-Fi bandwidth to stay productive. And we're in the travel industry, so all of our customers, all of our clients are just getting tanked. Like our revenues just dropped. Like it was a madhouse. And we actually put everyone to like part-time and had to do multiple layoffs. And I'm doing all this while I'm just like at the end
Just
of
getting
my
ready
string.
to-
I'm like, I'm gonna pop anything. I have no room in my brain for this. So I was very relieved to have a baby. It was the best day ever because I realized when I'm trying to leave, I could take a forced break.
Yeah. How many employees before the layoffs?
We had about 175-ish right around there
Okay.
before we started the layoffs. And I think they're like at 65-ish now, if I were to guess,
Okay.
maybe 70.
They're gonna survive, you think?
I think so. I think they're doing okay.
So like from a stress level, like just had a baby, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, we gotta let you go. Like, was that like the stress just multiplied in your head? Like, oh shit, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just had a kid. I'm not working. I'm already on maternity, and now I don't have a job.
I'm nothing. I'm not. Yeah, it was like a gut punch for sure. Like when I got the call, like I got a text like, hey, we need to chat. I'm like, oh, something finally came up. They need some help on because they were very respectful to give me my space during leave, which I appreciate. So I picked up the phone, and then they actually told me like, hey, like you're not coming back to a job. And it was like seriously like a gut punch. I was like, whoa. But then surprisingly, I like was totally fine with it. I was like, you know what? No worries. I'm good. Which I was planning the shrimp conference at the time, so that really kept my mind busy, I think.
Yeah.
So then started the job hunt, which was really stressful, but I also didn't put a ton of work into it. Like I just relied on my network that I had built, and my reputation that I built, and I was like, you know what, the right job will come along.
Right.
And lo and behold, it did.
And it did.
Like that doesn't mean like I had put a lot of effort, I did a lot of interviews. I mean, I went through rounds with some companies, got to like top 2 several times, and it was never the right fit. And so there was a few times I kind of got a little like disheartened, like what's my life? Like I just had a brand new baby. I'm working all this stuff for this shrimp conference. It's all volunteer work that I didn't get paid for. And my husband's like, can you like stop working? You're on a job. Like, what are you doing? But I just always felt really calm about it and never was stressed. I actually remember calling Rob up and I was like, Rob, honestly, like I should cry myself to sleep at night, but I'm not. Like I feel really great. Like life is great. And then I got this amazing job. Like it all really did work out just like I thought it would. So I feel really lucky that,
That's good that you stayed.
especially during a pandemic, I could get a new job.
I can't imagine like losing my job during having a brand new baby.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would just.
I do have a husband with a job too, so that
Yeah.
also I think takes out one small factor. If I
Right.
were the sole income, like that would be I probably might have tipped over the edge of crying myself to sleep
Yeah.
every night. But at least I had some stability at home still, so I could have the space to.
That's good. I'm just saying. I mean, not just everything piling on because so many people have like been laid off. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, that would
yeah.
just.
And just one thing after another.
Yeah. That would be fun.
That was crazy.
So good for you.
But also nice healthy baby, like all the other factors going on were all perfect. So it was nice that there was like not
Boy or girl?
things. A little girl, Madeline is her name.
So when did you have her?
6
Was it
months
in
ago
April?
yesterday, so it was April 13th, and so
Okay.
she was 6 months yesterday.
13th.
Yeah. It goes so fast.
Right.
Where did 6 months go?
Just wait.
How did
This is
I?
your first. Second.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
your
I got a little boy, a 2-year-old at home, and his name's Thaxton, Thaxton.
Thaxton?
Mhm.
Okay, it does go like
After his
this.
grandpa. It goes so fast.
Soon they're gonna be yelling at you and slamming doors.
Oh, I don't want that. But I also will take it as
Comes.
a 2-year-old. I don't like 2-year-olds.
Happens.
I know that the
I don't know.
2-year-old goes fast.
Is there any year that you like until they're gone?
I mean, there's a few like 5, I don't know, maybe like 5.
Dude,
Is
They
there an
were
age to like
fun.
actually start listening right now? Because right now, like, it's in one ear and out the other. Is that my whole life?
That's fine.
The thing is you gotta set your own expectations. Like, do you really expect a 5-year-old to do what you say? Okay, now take that, and every year until they're 25, do you really expect an 18-year-old to do what you say when you say it? No. So why do you get so upset when they don't? You know they're not gonna do what you
I
say.
think that. Personally, I think it's gone better. Like every year they get older, I've enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
You can just do more with them.
That's what I'm looking forward to, yeah.
But no, yeah, they don't.
And a lot less work. Like, for me to get out the door in the morning, it's like, okay, get everyone's shoes on, get everyone dressed, get everyone's hair done, get all the diapers.
It'll be amazing when they're independent.
Yes, like,
They can put their shoes on.
everyone's ready to go,
College.
They can brush
right?
their teeth.
It'll be
Exactly.
great. But it is, it's just different problems.
Yeah.
Yep.
Different things you get frustrated with.
Yeah.
You never stop being frustrated.
Welcome to parenthood.
Yeah.
Oh, which is why I keep working, because I need a little bit of a mental outlet.
That's right.
Yeah, seriously. Seriously. Okay. So sorry, back to Pura.
Pura.
Tell us about
Do you guys have
Pura.
Pura devices?
No.
I didn't, you guys tell me about Pura. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what it is.
Pura is a smart home fragrance diffuser. So it's like a device about this big.
Is it tall?
Yeah.
Is it tall?
It's not tall. It's just a round circle. It's like maybe 1.5 inches thick.
Taller than.
No, it's like it would be like that tall.
Yeah. Okay.
Plugs into your wall, all
Okay.
controlled through your smartphone. So you can set schedules, you can set intensities of
Hold on.
the scent.
You better show me a picture, because I might have like 5 of those in my house. If it's what I'm thinking about, because I know, do we have one? You plug it, you can plug it into the wall, but
Yeah.
there's also ones that have like batteries.
I don't think ours have batteries in there. That's a pure device.
Oh, okay.
So is there
No,
essential
don't have
oil
it.
in there?
There's little vials of fragrances in there. They're all pure ingredients, and then you just through your app you can control like, okay,
I want this
I want
to
this to smell like.
smell every 2 hours.
Yeah, turn on at 5 p.m. when I get home, so my house smells beautiful every time I walk in the door.
So how do you replenish the smell? Oh,
So
it's
it'll
oil.
tell you, it'll tell you like, hey, your vial's empty, and then you
How long
buy
does
a
it
replacement
last?
bottle.
Isn't that the problem, dude? It's like just everything, seems like stuff just runs out so quick.
That's true.
With
Ours lasts
scents.
longer. They say it like at intensity 5. I don't actually know. I should check how long it lasts. But I mean, it's significant. I haven't run out yet, and I've been at the company for a month. So I've had my device for about a month, and I've not even close to running out yet. Yeah, but I also run mine in like 2
Yeah.
or 3.
Does that have a little fan in there that,
Not yet,
not yet.
but.
So it just kind of just, I mean, what,
TV.
how does the scent get released? How does it spread?
You're asking me lots of questions. You're
Okay,
really
oh,
asking me
shoot, okay.
right?
Let's go back to HR.
Okay,
Hold
no,
on.
it's like there's like a thermal device in there that like heats up the wick, maybe. I don't know. If my CEO is like, yes, don't talk about our products. You don't know anything.
All right, they
But
smell
it's
good,
badass.
and
Oh yeah,
it's
that's
not-
legit. They
It is
smell
legit.
amazing. So they actually take like really like high-end fragrances and turn them into. So like the volcano candle at Anthropology,
Oh, okay.
we have had that we have it in a vial. So you
Like
can
how
get the
many
same
scents?
scent
Like-
of Anthropology without having to like
Here's-
burn the candle.
Here's my wife.
Yeah.
Cupboard, you open, candles. And
Lots
candles
and
and
lots and lots
candles.
of candles.
Right, because you have to have a different scent for
Yes,
fall.
fall. Yeah, you
You have
gotta
to
get your
have a
apple
different scent
orchard
for
or your
Christmas
pumpkin spice.
and-
Absolutely.
Yeah, the only different scent you need is Christmas. It is.
There's
And my
Can't
husband
we
loves
do-
Christmas all year
many
long. My husband
scents
loves it.
that we
Yeah.
have. So
So-
you have a
Tons.
crap ton of
Oh
scents.
yeah. I mean, I've just pulled random scents like from our random storage bins, and I already have a collection of like 20. And I don't even have like our new launches. We have like
Okay.
20 plus launches coming out, and usually each launch is 2 fragrances. So in the next 3 months, I mean, that's way more fragrances. Yeah, there's tons.
So where is the office at?
Office is currently in Orem, but we just signed on a new place in American Fork.
Okay, so where in Orem?
Orem, it's by like the DMV and the Scout storage on the other side of 8 North.
Yes.
Yes, that's
I know
us.
right where that
We
is.
got a little storefront, come on in, you can buy the
Yeah,
bags
Clyde
right there.
Company's right there.
Yeah, right across the street from
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, my dad works for Clyde.
Oh, that's awesome. So then you're going to AF.
We're going to AF, top floor, brand new building, we're super.
Where is that
about
in
it. 5th East exit. So
5th
you're
East?
driving,
Yep.
There's like the overpass, so there's the 2 exits and the overpass, and it's like right next to the overpass.
Yeah, so but it's on the west.
Yeah.
So, but that's a good spot.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's just so many good buildings. Going
It's like right, it's just south of Domo campus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brand new building. It finishes December like 18th, I think, and then we'll do our spiffy stuff in there and we'll move in.
And how many employees?
We're currently at 55, and we are growing like crazy. They actually, that's like their number one thing they want me to do is recruit and build a team. And I told them, come in, I'm like, you guys, recruiting is not my thing, but I can do it, but I'm going to blow your minds with all the other things I can do.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay.
Bullcrap,
when
you're on the
can I
face of
ask them?
Google. You can do
I
it.
never grew
Yeah, what is it?
I mean, it's not like I can't do it, I don't enjoy it.
Okay.
See, then we go back to like, am I
I
going to do
don't
my
enjoy-
job?
What would you call a new Pura?
A new Purite.
A Purite. Or
Actually,
something
ask
like
them.
a new
A Purian.
Nura.
That's like something
A Nura.
That's like something out of like this scripture. The Bible.
New
Yeah.
Purite.
The Purites.
Pure.
I'm gonna go back and ask them, like, what do we call
Yeah,
ourselves?
you get it.
Y'all
Oh,
have
dude,
me.
you got a little. You put a little scent thing on the top of a hat. You walk around, smelling
Smelling
good. Just like,
everything.
hey, I'm new.
I'm the new
I'm
Purite.
Pure.
I'm a new Pura.
Oh. Yeah,
Pura.
so I'm
Is that
waiting
Pura?
for the day. Pura.
Pura.
I'm waiting for the day I can like weasel in a recruiter and be like, hey, we need a recruiter and I can hire someone to come do the recruiting. Because we're growing like crazy.
When do you get to that point? Like you're at 50 plus employees, you think you're gonna double in 6 months? Like, is that time for a recruiter?
It's my time for a recruiter.
Okay.
I just gotta convince
You gotta convince them to give.
I don't think it would take that.
So,
convincing.
Like, I'm not even saying, like, not even you, I'm just saying from a company standpoint as an agent.
I would say it
you've
depends
been
on
like-
how fast you're going to scale.
Okay.
If you're gonna double in the next 3 months, yeah, get a recruiter.
Yeah.
If you're gonna take your time to hire, I mean, I think some
You're
people can
fine.
handle it, but yeah, if you wanna do massive scale, this is.
What's
for
the
sure.
best tool for recruiting?
I've been trying to find out right now. I actually just signed with Jazz HR as our ATS.
Yeah.
Super pumped about it.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that
So,
helps streamline and
question.
automate.
When you did Jazz HR,
Yeah.
how many did you look at? How many ATS?
Ooh, okay, let's see. Do you want to name them or just count them in my head?
No, just count them. I mean, well, you can
Like
name them.
Yeah, you can name them.
six, maybe six.
And Jazz was it. You like Jazz the best.
Yeah,
Was it like
I was
a way? Was it a
second.
close second?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's good ones.
There's
There's a
good
lot
ones
of
out
ones.
there. My other thing too, I was really, really cheap on my price. Like I was like, I don't need some fancy like 7K recruiting system like Lever Greenhouse. Like I don't need big and
Yeah.
fancy because I'm not going to own this. I just need someone to help automate everything so I can try to be the recruiter while I'm doing the other things, right? So that's that was a big thing too. Is that price point cut out a big market for us. But I was wheeling and dealing,
That's
and I
awesome.
got it, and I'm stoked about it.
And then, but even then, there's the tool. It's not. I mean, it can't be as simple as Field of Dreams, right? You build. We bought Jazz HR, and now we get employees. Like, how do you actually get people to be interested to
and
actually
to know
apply?
about here, right? And
Yeah.
to know like, oh, I know those devices.
I mean, is it just
you know,
job
you know.
boards? Is it what? I mean,
So I'm actually working on our employer branding, like the whole thing. Like, how are we gonna get out and show people like what Pure does? So even just like the simple things, like get your name out there, like apply for the CEO of the Year awards with Utah Business. Like, yeah, they might seem like a little kitschy here and there, or they might seem like the more money you have, the more people you can get to vote for you, whatever. But really,
Side note,
yes.
so the Utah 100
Uh-huh.
was yesterday,
Ooh, yeah.
and there were so many names on there that I had never
You
heard
never
of.
heard, but it's good.
There's a ton.
It's good
I don't know.
visibility, right?
Yeah.
So
you-
go
you
out
felt-
and get those types of things.
Maybe
to,
not this year because it was virtual and it was
True,
weird, but
true.
it was like a freaking
who publishes that 100?
Mountain West Capital Network. It's like the
That's kind of
group behind it. But anyway, sorry.
But like that's the type of stuff that I'm looking for them to start doing, or how we can just get our name out there. Because yeah, sure we can have the best perks, we can have the best product, but if we don't get out in front of people,
Yeah, people don't know who you are.
yeah,
Dude.
how are we gonna go poach from all these people?
Do you know-
Sorry, Tom, I'm coming for you guys.
Dude,
all
one
the
of
talent
the-
out there, I'm coming.
I can't remember what company it was, but it's the best billboard I've ever seen in Utah County. And I wish I remember who it was. But literally it said, at least this isn't another Domo billboard.
Yes, I can't remember who it was either.
Who was that?
Is that the greatest though? Because you can't remember who it was. All you're thinking is Domo.
Oh, true. So don't
But-
get
but-
some credit
but-
for it.
But yes, I saw.
But it
And I can't remember
doesn't
who it was.
make me like Domo
Yeah,
even
that's all you're thinking
anymore.
about.
But literally it said, at least this is not another Domo
Yes, I
billboard.
saw that.
Oh, it was a solar company. Raven Solar.
Okay.
Raven?
Yeah, Raven Solar, Blue Raven, or whatever, Raven, yeah. I don't even think it said anything about solar. It had Blue Raven up there. At least this isn't another Domo billboard.
Yeah.
That's
AC, I remembered.
Okay.
So just anyway,
Billboard
just the
work?
billboard. I mean, I know
Billboard?
billboards work. It's like whatever. I've seen them for years and years now.
Right.
Like driving. Okay, yeah, this is a good recruiting tool. I never know if billboards work for recruiting.
Me either. We should test it. See if we
Jeez.
get a billboard up and recruit more talent. So yeah, that's what we're working on. But like little things like, do we make a LinkedIn post or do we, like, are we just getting out to our market? Like we probably aren't. So
Yeah.
I will come back to you. and
You're gonna
the
kill
best
it.
way.
I know. I'm sure you'll do. I'm sure you'll do fine. You're gonna say something like, "Yeah, I got 150 people in like 3 months." I mean,
I don't know how I did it.
I don't know how
It
to.
took so long.
That was a 6-month job. I didn't forget.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's no big deal.
We should have been at 155 years from now.
So does Pure do anything else? Or is
So we are
that's
just, that is our bread and butter.
that's it?
Fragrances.
Where do they manufacture those?
We outsource it to a local company. I don't know much about that.
Yeah.
Are there other devices, or is it just directly plug into the wall? Are there like the ones that like actually spit out
I don't know how much I
steam?
can say.
Okay.
In Mom's-
So yes.
It's in the vault. Mom's
Yes.
word. But it is. But is it wholesale? You wholesale or direct sale? I mean.
We direct to consumer.
Just
So
direct to
yeah.
consumer.
So like our biggest advertisements really through like influencers. So we'll go
Yeah.
on Instagram and like if you are a Bachelor fan or whatever, Ari had a PR device and him and his wife were going all about it on Instagram. Just a
You know
couple
where
weeks
it'd be
ago.
a genius place to put one? In an outlet right there.
Seriously.
Oh, dude, it
Get
would
the
smell so
smell
good in
in
here.
there.
If we had smelly vision, so then they could like do podcasts and smell it on their computers. Can you
There
build
you
that?
go.
Ask him to build that.
Okay,
Smelly Disney.
I'll take it back to my team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's sweet.
I mean, what's his name almost built it?
Maybe you could create
Willy Wonka.
a smell, a scent for us that smells like pizza.
Oh.
So it just smells like pizza here all the
I
time.
told you, pizza's my love language. I should make that. We have the coolest people running the fragrance department. Mara's her name, and she is like super cool. She could probably do that and actually do it good.
Trader
Like
smoke.
make you want it.
Yeah, actually, that would be
Super smoke smell.
Ooh.
As long as it didn't soak into your clothes.
Yeah.
And it just smelled like Traeger.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
That would actually be.
What about a
Like
campfire?
Mara?
We
Just
have-
campfire.
Mara.
Mara.
Should we get her on? Let's get Mara.
Let's make it happen, Mara.
She would be fascinating. She's
Campfire.
from New York. Okay, there's actually a smell called charcoal. I don't remember the brand name, but it smells like charcoal. If that's interesting to you.
Did you know that there was Cosmo Kramer came up with the scent, the beach, for a fragrance? Calvin Klein ripped it off, and then Kramer sued Calvin Klein, and they settled with him, and he ended up being a Calvin Klein model. You remember that one? Sorry, I just remember thinking of the beach. We're thinking of all these scents. He wanted a cologne that was the beach.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Calvin Klein ripped it off.
I should have asked them how many things I could tease on this before I came, so I could tell you.
That's
all
all right.
the
No, yeah,
secrets.
you keep
I
it
don't want you to
secret.
get in trouble.
Let's just all the people that are gonna watch this will know there's some big.
There's some big things
there's some
coming.
cool things
Get
coming.
your Pura device. You're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
want
right.
it.
You're gonna want it. You're gonna want it.
So fun. I can tell you that we just signed with Disney. So.
What?
Oh my
There's
gosh,
some
dude,
in the pipeline.
Rapunzel
You said to
said.
do
I
what?
can't tell you any more than that, but I can tell you we signed.
We signed with Disney.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's good.
Get ready. Get ready. It's a big teaser, right?
That is, yeah. There's like
Yeah,
that.
well, I don't know.
I don't know. This
That
is.
is that not one of the biggest companies?
Yeah.
I think it's like.
Besides that, I mean, that's
Apple.
massive. They own every damn thing in the world.
Can I tell you though, Disneyland is closed, right? And I had tickets to go over Thanksgiving.
That's okay.
And I'm so sad.
Don't worry about it. Disney's. It's too much hype. Yeah, it's not as cool as you think it is.
Oh no. It is.
That's a long story. We'll talk about it a different time. I love and hate Disney World, Disneyland, and Disney World.
I've
Not
never been to
Disney.
Disney World, but I'm a big Disneyland person.
My guess is you're gonna have scents that smell like Mickey Mouse.
Dude,
What
churros.
does Mickey smell like?
And I don't know. You're gonna figure that you're gonna pick
Figure
it
it
up.
out.
And Donald Duck. This is what Donald would smell like.
Like you go into the Matterhorn, dude, and
you know, like
you get
Pluto,
the
it's
Matterhorn.
gonna smell like a dirty dog.
Yeah.
Pluto
gross.
scent.
I'm sure everyone wants to buy that one for sure. Who wants the dirty dog?
Well, that's good news. That's cool.
It's cool. It's
Sounds-
really
yeah, it
cool.
sounds like you guys are killing
Like
it.
honestly, we're doing great. It's a great company to be at. Really cool people there. Really cool product. It's on a rocket ship. So, and anyone out there wants a job,
Yeah,
right.
come
recruiting.
see me.
The thing is, there's so many people hiring in Utah.
So many. There really are.
Why? How is it
Amazing.
possible? Yes.
I had this conversation.
How is it
this morning
possible?
with Somebody, it's like Utah's the lowest in the country, right, from an unemployment rate, and everybody is killing in
There's,
Utah.
there's still jobs. There's still jobs available.
Yeah,
The economy here is doing, I think, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe not great, good. But it's just, but it sucks because you still get this feeling that we are on the edge of falling off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, as you know, not to get into it, but the media just always freaks everybody out with the case numbers,
Totally.
which has no indication on like the health of, the mental health, what's going on in like streets and neighborhoods and people and companies.
Right.
Like, we don't care about that. Politicians care about that. But dude, unemployment rate, dude, we're killing over here. They need to hire, how many, I mean, there's jobs.
We've got a ton of
Jobs.
positions,
I
right?
mean, everybody that we've had on, most of them are like, yeah, we had to lay a few off, but we're built back up.
Dude, we had people that hired hundreds of people when COVID hit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
1-800 contacts. Hundreds. Great. I mean, because no one could go there. No one could go see their outlet.
It's like me in the travel industry that everyone
Yeah,
stops
great.
traveling.
Everybody's
Yeah,
great.
totally.
Good thing you didn't work for the cruise ships, cruise lines. calm down.
But then also, all the tourists will also go to the same route.
From an event
I
standpoint.
think my favorite part was actually day of walking in, having a set, being on a live set. That doesn't mean like.
These were like phone calls. and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
Probably
not
right
like-
next
not
to
So
it.
really, I actually didn't do
Not
shit.
video.
Cassidy did everything. I was just there
Danny
like,
did a
sounds
huge
good.
part of it. Nothing. Lisa, I know Lisa. Call me up. She's like, I think you're great at this. I'm like, great, me too. Like, just like this. And she's like,
So you're just one time, it's not 2 years.
I signed up.
You're like 2 years.
So,
Which is good, because you already have contribution.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I can
he's like
expect.
paid next year. And also I know how to like staff all my committees so that all the work's not on me.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem. I'm like, yeah, I'll build a committee, which we had done a committee. I could have used like 12 more of those.
Yeah.
So I'm really not. But it was very much like just figure it out. So it was fun to be able to like, to be able to work, honestly. I was working as a maternity leave. I was laid off, so to actually have to like took a lot of effort. It's good for me. Like I need that kind of work. So I think that was fun, but also at the same on the flip side, it was like, I'm doing it. I've done this and I'm not that bad fun. I've never done this.
Yeah, and that's really what it is. You're cleaning it up.
But it was like, it was really cool, like the jacket idea, and we passed out jackets and we passed Sharon to all of our members that registered early. That was really fun to have that, to be able to actually have something physical in a virtual conference.
Yeah.
But we planned, probably about for 3 or 4 months, we planned it being an in-person event.
Right.
And then we got nervous, like, you know what, we better shut this down and go back to virtual. So that was also kind of frustrating to plan so much and
Yeah.
then change plans and plan again. It's like I planned 2 conferences instead of 1.
Yeah.
But the day of our conference was the day that the governor came out and shut everyone in Utah County down to like everyone wear masks. It's back to orange. I'm like, we are so glad that we didn't go. Like, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Day of our event was
Yeah,
like,
it's like,
we
sorry.
can't have groups this big.
Can't do it.
Sorry, it would have been a disaster.
Yeah.
But it all came out like it went together really well, and actually
Yeah.
being live was really cool. Like most virtual events right now are all pre-recorded, or they're live in a sense that like I'm in my living room and you can watch me live. But we actually had a full-blown set up, and all of our speakers came on site, so they're all behind these really fancy backdrops, and we're having this live interaction,
Right.
and you could feel that energy. And I think that our audience actually also could feel that energy, and it wasn't like, oh, another person in their living room. So
Yeah.
I thought it turned out really, really well.
Did you have anything to do with sponsorships
Yes.
this year? How did that go this year with COVID? Were people
Better than I
hesitant
thought.
and
There was.
wanting to be sponsors since?
Yeah, so we reached out to over 100 people, and most people actually said they couldn't help at all because of COVID. Like budgets were cut, there
Yeah.
were like spending freezes, or they just didn't have the luxury to do it right now, like whatever it may be. But COVID affected a lot. But we were still able to get all of our sponsorship slots filled, which was a
That's
huge
good.
feat. So we did really great with sponsors, and we had some incredible sponsors, like just up and coming people like Tech Buzz News. No one had heard of them before. They're brand new, and we will put them in our sponsorship to be able to get the word out for them. So it's cool to do things like that. But also people that have been around forever, like Med Savvy or Hub International. These really big benefit companies that we're still able to sponsor for
So
us.
maybe
So
Pura.
Pura should
Wink, nudge,
sponsor.
nudge.
Exactly.
All the rooms scented with Pura.
There we go.
Thank you, Pura.
We should do it next year. Next year, because we're gonna be in person. I
Yes.
just know we have to be.
We will be.
Fingers
Right?
crossed.
We will be.
Fingers crossed.
And they'll be in rooms. You need all the Pura devices in the rooms.
Yes,
We're gonna be
exactly.
perfect.
What was your?
If there's any state, that will make that possible.
I think
Utah's.
Utah is it.
Yeah.
I agree.
What was your least favorite part?
Ooh. Man. I think the least favorite part was the realization that I took on way too much.
Yeah.
I needed more help. And here's the worst. This is the worst part. By the time I realized I needed more hands, it was all too much in my brain, and I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants to make it happen, that I couldn't really download and pass off to somebody else.
Yeah.
So that was actually the hardest part. So I got towards the end, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna suck it up and do it because
There was what?
I don't have
You
the
had 4
time.
people?
Yeah, we had 4 people on the committee. I had a couple volunteers with sponsorships. I think I had a total of like 6 volunteers in the planning and only about maybe 5 or 6 on the day of. And I should have had like 40 or 50 to be honest. Like next year we are getting
You gotta get it, yeah.
hordes of volunteers. So yeah, but it was, that was kind of difficult. But again, it was like super impressive for me to walk into the conference and be like, I did this. Like I had no choice, that I just had to pull it and do it.
You made it happen.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
I was really proud of it.
You should be.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Thank you. And thanks for your help with that.
Like I said, I didn't do anything.
I'm signing up for next year to be on another committee.
You're gonna be in charge of all committees.
You're the committee chair.
Committee, oh, yeah.
Great.
Committee
Yeah,
chair.
done.
Assistant to the committee chair.
Assistant.
Honestly, that's what my plan is for next year. Like, I'm delegating everything. I'm just gonna be the one that keeps all the pieces running.
Yeah.
No more work on my end. Like,
Yeah,
I got this. I know it's expected.
I'll be
now.
the assistant to the
Done.
assistant committee chair.
Hired.
Okay, give me your favorite, well, I want your favorite and your least favorite thing about the HR profession.
Oh, these are good questions. Favorite thing, I love making people happy. Like, it sounds kind of like cheesy.
It's cheesy.
It is cheesy. But who wants to make people sad? You know what I mean? Like,
That's
I
true.
love.
No one wants to make people sad.
I'm always like really happy. Like my cousin was like, "Do you have a bad day?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, but I usually don't show it. Like I'm pretty. This is who you're gonna see all the time.
Yeah.
Really happy, really bubbly, really energetic. I talk super fast, as you know. So I love being able to also make other people feel that same energy. And HR really has a huge part in that. Like I am trying to make your job better, so you can go home and be happy. Like no one wants to come home and gripe about your boss or whatever. Like let's fix these problems at work. And if you can come today every happy and give your best self, like I love that. Like that fits me. So that's my favorite part, I think.
Okay.
Least favorite part, when I have to make somebody sad. Like,
Fire.
well, you have to fire. I mean, sometimes they deserve it, so it's whatever. And I have such a cold heart that it's fine. Like, you rip the Band-Aid off. It
You're done. See
bother
ya.
me. Yeah, like, sorry, this is life. Even like layoffs, like, yeah, it's sad. And actually, the layoffs at Peak was it's the first time I've ever cried delivering layoff news. I was probably pregnant and hormonal, so, I mean, I was pregnant, so I was probably hormonal.
Probably, yeah.
But like it was actually the first time when like this has nothing to do with anything in our control. It wasn't like a bad business mistake. It was like literally the pandemic caused this layoff,
Yeah.
and so many people lost their jobs that day and were sent out to a market where it was like doom and gloom. So that was like the first time I actually had a heart. I mean, sad to say. But mostly I'm
got
like,
the Grinch
I can
over
do
here.
it, but yeah, I've been called a Grimmy for several times, so just call me Grim from now on. But like the things that are like, that's why I don't like recruiting, I don't think, because I see everyone's resume, I'm like, these people, I just want to give them jobs, and you can't hire everybody.
Right.
Like, I just want to be on all the positive sides. Look at all the things I can do for you, and all
Yeah.
the things I can't do for you.
Right. Okay.
And it's a fine line. And to be empathetic when you have to do those no's, I mean, that can be taxing for
Yeah.
sure.
From when you started in your HR career to now, obviously the career of HR has evolved.
Totally.
Do
Yeah.
you love where it's going and where it's headed right now?
Absolutely. I
Do you think
totally
it's
am on
better-
board with
It's
that.
better off?
Yes. I think that it's more valued by executive teams, and I think it's producing more value for employees.
Yeah.
So I definitely think so. And people have talked about kind of like defund HR and put all your resources to like management training. It's like, that should be what HR's role is. Like, if you're defending HR, it's because your HR people are just like policymakers and
Yeah.
trying to keep things like policing. Like, that's not what we want to be. We don't want to be policing. We want to be empowering and enabling. So that's where we're headed in this direction, and I'm all on board for it.
Good, awesome. Okay, well.
Preach.
Now, we have some other stuff we're gonna talk about.
Okay, great. I'm going to take another bite of pizza.
Yeah.
Please do. Well, thank you, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
said
4 years.
4 years,
Yeah.
congratulations, that's awesome.
Take you.
Thanks for being here.
Are you going out to dinner tonight?
I know you didn't want to be anywhere else.
On Friday, where are you on Friday?
I don't know, it's his turn to plan. We rotate every year, and it's his
If
year.
okay, what's your favorite Utah, I guess, I'd say favorite restaurant, but really just what's your number one place to eat? I mean, because
It
that's
changes
always-
all the time. I love food so much.
Yeah.
But my go-to right now, it's brand new in Lehigh, Slim Chickens. Have you heard of it?
Slim Chickens.
We are loving it. We go like once a week.
Where's that at?
It's by Taco Bell, by Zal, Asian Cafe, by Texas Roadhouse, like across the street in that little area.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a swig right there, I think. Yeah.
Wait, what's
Slim chickens.
Slim chickens.
What is it, like Tennessee
It's like-
style?
So
what is
say
that?
no one should go there, so then it's not crowded for you when you
Yeah,
go.
no, it's like such. Don't go
It's
there.
a- don't
like
go
just
there.
one Chick-fil-A. Like it's fine. It's chicken, like Popeyes, but not with like the Louisiana style. It's just like chicken, wings, wraps,
Okay.
chicken sandwiches.
Is it like a sit down?
But this isn't an anniversary
You
dinner.
can.
You
This,
wouldn't-
no, this is not an anniversary dinner. This is like we go every Saturday for lunch because we love it. They do a sit down. I don't know if it's open right now because we always drive through it. But the kids,
Okay.
we never want to get out. That's too much.
Oh yeah, there's
COVID
certainly a
and
time
kids
to
is
your
not
life
a
for
thing.
being kids and you're like, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
disaster.
We're not gonna have
Yeah, everything is takeout.
So we just drive through it, but
Okay.
big fan of that right now.
So if you got to pick, if he said, hey, I want you to pick where we're going to eat, where would you pick?
I really want to go to Ruth's Chris. It's been on my bucket list.
Okay.
It's gonna be spendy. I'm ready. Let's drop the dollars. I gotta try it.
Have you been
I've
there?
never been.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? I get mixed reviews. It's like a one-time thing,
My
right?
in-laws, they said, I mean, they went there the other day.
The steaks are
It's
fine.
like,
The steaks are good.
really,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the steaks there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a steak person, I'm sure you're just.
I love steak. Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. It's just. Don't ask me. That's just the problem.
See,
I think
haven't
Ruth's
done
Chris, I've been
that.
there multiple times, but there's just so many other places
They're way better.
that are
I
just
yeah.
way better experiences, better food.
Yeah. Longhorn Steakhouse. I like that steakhouse a lot.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
You like steak?
I love steak.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. We grill steak every Sunday, basically, at our house.
Last thing before we move on, I just was saying,
Oh,
you know where you need to try?
What?
Kitchen 88.
Kitchen 88. Where's that?
That's off 5th East,
Okay.
right next to.
Yes, I know exactly the
It
area.
says K88, but it's Kitchen 88.
It's open now. Okay, I drove past
Oh,
before.
dude,
It was
it's
like
been-
open.
So good.
The
Okay, what
steak,
type of
it's a
food?
tri-tip steak that they do with multiple
Oh
things.
my gosh, my mouth's
It
watering.
really could be, it's not like fancy steakhouse stuff, which is
Yeah.
a different experience. It could be some of the best steak
It's good.
around.
Yeah, good.
Okay, I'm going this
Just telling
weekend. I'm going.
Yeah, some good
It's
stuff.
great.
I'll report back on Saturday afternoon.
I'm not saying that's better than Ruth's Chris, like filet mignon or something, but
Yeah.
dude, it's legit.
But it's a place you could go more often. You
I'd
can't
rather go to Kitchen 88 than Ruth's Chris.
I love it.
Tell you
I'm
right
gonna
now.
go.
Done. Okay. I have some songs for you.
Great.
I love the songs.
Yep. I'm going to read the lyrics. You have to guess the song.
Okay, I'm ready.
I went back. These are all on the Billboard Top 100.
Okay.
Right now?
No,
Oh.
2010.
Oh, great. Good. Perfect. This is
Okay.
great.
Okay.
I think I can do this.
Okay.
I shouldn't get too cocky. Watch me fail.
All right. I know a place where the grass is really greener, warm, wet, and wild. There must be something in the water, sipping gin and juice, laying underneath the palm trees. The boys break their necks, trying to creep a little sneak peek. You could travel around the world. Yeah, Katy Perry. What song?
Well, hold on. Who did you
Keep
say?
going. Keep going. It's
Katy
Katy Perry. Let me know that I know
You
the
could
song.
travel the world, but nothing comes close to the Golden Coast. Once you party with us, you'll be falling in love. Oh, 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 oh.
California girls. Yep, California girls.
California Girls, Katy Perry. Nice. Okay.
Oh, uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh.
Alright. If I could write you a song to make you fall in love.
I know this one. I could write you a song.
Yeah, I would already have you up on your mountain. You know what it is.
Well, keep reading. Hold on, keep reading.
I don't know.
I used up all my tricks. I hope that you like this, but you probably won't. You think you're cooler than me. You got designer shades just to hide your face, and you wear them around like you're cooler
What's the
than me.
tune?
I
What's the
want
tune?
it.
Hold on, sing it again for me, sing it.
I want to say it's like Andy Grammer, but it's not. But it's like someone like random obscure that.
Dude, you got me. Where was I in 2010? I don't know.
Mike Posner.
Yes.
What the hell is that?
Right.
Top 100. If you heard the song, you'd be like, oh yeah.
Hey, isn't like one hit wonder
What
though?
the hell is number 99?
It wasn't. It was not number 99.
I mean, come on.
It was not number 99, and
He had
he
one
put out he
hit.
had a lot of hits.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I remember the name.
I don't remember the name, but
That's
I know the
fine. That's
song.
fine. Yes. Yeah, okay. All right. This is a softball right here. I know you love me. I know you care. Just shout whenever, and I'll be there. You are my love. You are my heart, and we will never, ever, ever be apart. Are we an item?
Sounds like something my daughter would have.
Girl, quit playing. We're just friends. What are you saying? Said there's another. Look right in my eyes. My first love broke my heart for the first time.
Okay, but who is it? Justin Bieber.
Yep.
What? Hold on.
Ding, ding,
Oh
ding.
my gosh. Well, sing it though. How's it
I'm
go?
not gonna sing it.
Oh, sing it. I want
Baby, sing it.
Your wife would love this. Go.
No.
Hold on. How's it go?
It's,
Are we an item?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Justin Bieber would be so embarrassed by our singing.
Baby,
Ah.
baby. Okay, I know that. Yeah. Okay.
That's the first time all three people
I know,
sung.
dude. That's great.
That's great.
Let's start a
Oh,
song band.
crap. And I watched the documentary.
Well, it's not a good one. I
It
love
was
it.
great.
I
It was
loved
great.
He did great with a wife. Isn't she adorable? I don't know if you guys follow Justin Bieber at all.
I have no idea.
She's great.
Okay. Would you rather questions?
Oh, my favorite.
You have to answer.
I will.
Okay.
I will not fail you.
We have one that we ask every time.
Oh yeah. Do you like sports?
Yes.
All right, good. I don't know why that has anything to do with this question, but would you rather Barry Bonds take his bat and do a home run swing right to the middle of your back,
Okay.
or Tiger Woods take his driver and swing a tee shot right into your shin?
For sure, the shin.
For sure, the shin.
You could probably die. Like if someone like Barry Bonds to your back, if they hit just right, that could be a death sentence.
Yeah,
Could be.
that's
But my
true.
leg, I don't think that'd be a death sentence.
Majority pick the Tiger Woods swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to die today. So for
I'm a
sure.
back guy.
Are you?
Yeah, same.
Is your back? Oh, that scares me.
I don't know. I just feel like a wood bat. Like I just feel like I could like.
There's a lot
Like,
of
he hits it up and
long
just-
time I've been thinking about it. I've really broken down and I can analyze it, but I won't. But I will take the back. I'm just.
If you guys are both taking the back, like we would in order, like we watched it happen, boom, boom. I might sway and take the back if I want you guys survive it and know
Well,
I
it's
think
like
I'm just gonna a little flex. I'm gonna flex. I'm gonna get the wind knocked, maybe broken rib. I'm gonna stand up and shake his hand and walk out.
You get a handshake, it's worth it.
Yeah. We've gone to the point like so many freaking would you rather questions. Some are repeats.
That's
I
alright.
have a few repeats.
That's good.
But I really like this one. Okay. Would you rather have the neck of a giraffe or the arms of a baby? Like you're 6-month-old baby right now. Like
But I have- yeah.
Piece of crap.
You have to pick one. There's no way.
Right. I think. Oh gosh. I can go both ways. I would go. I'm gonna go back with giraffe. I should like monetize it somehow and just be like
In
the
the circus.
circus on the circus, yeah.
You know your head would be a lot taller than the ceiling.
Yeah, but like I could just like lounge over here like this nice like neck.
You couldn't do this.
Head would be like,
Because you'd be
right.
up there, Mike Reynolds, you
No.
know, you have a neck ache because you
It's,
want to
it's,
know.
it's not a steel pole, it's a
You
neck of
could-
giraffe.
you could-
I know, but like you just be sore from being down here.
I'd be
talking
used to
the
it.
microphone.
You
I
be the
get
first
massages every
superhero.
day.
Use your neck as a weapon.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Would you rather have to eat human poop once a week,
Gross.
or you smell like poop for a whole week, every other week for the rest of your life? So every
I'd
other
rather
week you're gonna smell.
I'd rather smell better. I could work around that.
How much
Every week
poop?
I'd stay at
What's the
home.
how much poop?
2 ounces.
Who wants
2
to go
ounces, done.
anywhere?
I'll forget that. I'm eating it. 2 ounces is nothing. It's a little.
Once a week.
It's like a bean.
Yeah, it's
Once a
gross.
week instead of smelling like poop half your life.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah. All right.
You'd like go nose blind though, right? Like it's
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
here
shit.
it is, and
Let's hope so.
And I don't care if anybody knows it.
All right. would you rather have only one choice of meal every day or one choice of clothes every day for the rest of your life?
Oh, I think I might do the clothes one. It's a struggle.
You like food?
I love food.
Love food.
I want my
I
options.
go with this.
And taking the guesswork out of getting dressed in the morning would be awesome.
Done and done. All right, would you rather have to wear wet socks or wet underwear?
Wet socks. They can hide in your shoes.
Both
It's
of them just be
horrible.
awful.
Like wet undies, like it starts soaking through your clothes.
Then like,
and
then your pants or
Everyone
shorts are
thinks
gonna
you
get
pee
all
your
like,
pants.
wet marks on it.
Just sucks. It's
They're
like,
gonna
you ever
think
been
you
on a
peed your
hike and
pants.
you get wet socks and then you get.
Would you rather people think you peed your pants or you just have wet socks?
keep your shoes on the whole time.
Yeah.
No one ever knows. They don't stink.
You're
They're not
I
bad.
have just the most wonderful toes. It's just
Yeah,
like,
they're so
oh, God.
soft.
Could you say you have a favorite meal?
Potentially.
What is it?
Probably like steak, baked
Steak,
potato,
okay.
corn on the cob, like that.
All right, so that's your favorite meal. Would you rather never eat your favorite meal again?
Okay.
Okay, never get steak and potatoes ever again. Or every time you eat it, you throw up after.
After being pregnant, I could easily just throw up after.
You're fine
No
with
big
it.
deal. After 9 months,
Take
if
it.
that's my normal, like we're good. I can do that.
You're done. Okay. Yeah, I can handle it. No problem. I hate throwing up.
It's the worst. It totally
Throwing
is.
up, like for me, it's
Yeah.
like it's an event.
It's
like it's just
horrid.
loud. Can't breathe.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. So you've lived a long life. You've left this legacy, this amazing HR executive. When you die, your family comes in to find you dead. Would you rather have your body found on a pile of sex toys or a pile of drugs? You're just like, man, she had such a great body. And then they walk in and go, like, there's something wrong with something wrong with this. Gross.
She's changed the world and she's changed the HR world. Grandma's amazing. She's
Sex toys.
oh my gosh, whoa. And it's so fresh.
Do you ever drink wine? Rest of your life. That's all you can drink.
I'm gonna drink carbonated water or something. Yeah.
But it's LaCroix, dude. That stuff, it tastes so bad, dude. It's awful. It's so
Dude, I like that.
personally still breastfeeding for
Listen, you have to. Every meal.
Living arrangements with you.
You're gonna go out for lunch or breakfast sometime, or your kids for the rest of
Oh my
your life.
gosh.
I'm coming
The
to
visualizations is just insanely ridiculous.
I think I would go out with the breastfeed because I have multiple children, so it's a lot of time for the rest of my life. Especially
Just
if I have
imagine
kids.
if you're 75 and he's like 50. It's just like that.
Okay, last one. Would you rather find out that your husband is really your last cousin? That you He's a serial killer.
More of a,
Co-host.
just here to enjoy.
Here's the Cassidy.